Imagine living in a neighborhood where you're bound by certain beliefs and traditions, where even the choice of pets can lead to social isolation. It was a typical Wednesday, the 14th of February, 2024. Adil was returning home from the market, his hands full of fresh vegetables. He was accompanied by his friend, Kabir. As they walked, they encountered Arsalan, another fellow from their neighborhood. Arsalan extended his hand for a friendly handshake, but Adil declined, claiming pain in his fingers as the reason. Arsalan, expressing his concern, advised Adil to consult a doctor. Adil quickly changed the subject, citing his mother's errand as the reason for his hurry. Once Arsalan was out of earshot, Kabir questioned Adil about his lie. Adil confessed that his mother had forbidden him from interacting with Arsalan's family because they kept a dog, an animal deemed impure in their culture. Kabir expressed his surprise, as dogs were commonly kept as loyal pets and protectors in many households. However, Adil stood firm on his mother's decision and retreated into his house. Later that day, Arsalan's mother, Aunt Rashida, invited Adil's mother for a Quran recital at her home. Adil bluntly conveyed his mother's refusal, attributing it to the presence of their dog and the perceived loss of blessings from their home. Despite her disappointment, Aunt Rashida thanked him for his honesty. Days passed, and Kabir tried to reason with Adil, arguing against his unjust avoidance of Arsalan based on the pet choice of his family. However, Adil remained steadfast in following his parents' instructions. Through this story, we observe a social dynamic heavily influenced by cultural beliefs. The presence of a dog, an innocent creature, led to a divide within a community. Yet the characters held their ground, adhering to their personal beliefs and values. In summary, this narrative highlights the power of cultural norms and values in shaping social interactions and relationships. It illustrates how deeply ingrained beliefs can drive individuals' actions, even to the point of affecting friendships. It also underscores the importance of open dialogue and understanding in bridging cultural.
3 years ago, during a heavy downpour, Arsalan's family discovered a shivering, wounded puppy on the road. Moved by the sight, they took the puppy home, treating its wounds and feeding it milk. Initially, the plan was to nurse the puppy back to health and return it to the wild. However, the young creature grew attached to the family, refusing to leave their side. Despite multiple attempts to return it to the wild, the dog would always find its way back to their doorstep. Eventually, they decided to let the dog stay, providing it with a small space behind their house. But not everyone saw this act of compassion in a positive light. Adil, a young boy in the neighborhood, had been raised to believe that dogs were impure creatures and should not be kept in a Muslim household. His mother, Thuria, shared these beliefs, and they began to distance themselves from Arsalan's family. This led to a confrontation between Thuria and Rashida, Arsalan's mother. Rashida, feeling hurt by Thuria's judgment, decided to confront her about it. She asked Thuria if showing compassion towards an innocent creature was wrong. If the act of nursing a helpless creature back to health and providing it a home was an act that Allah would deem futile. Thuria, upon hearing Rashida's words, felt a pang of guilt. She admitted to her misconception and acknowledged that showing kindness and empathy towards all of Allah's creatures was indeed a sign of a good Muslim. She apologized for her previous beliefs and promised to correct her son Adil's misconceptions as well. This story serves as a reminder that being a good Muslim, or a good human for that matter, is about showing kindness, empathy, and understanding towards all of Allah's creatures. It's about not passing judgment based on misconceptions and being open to change our beliefs when they're proven wrong. Remember, the act of showing compassion is never futile in the eyes of Allah. It's a virtue that we should all strive to uphold, irrespective of the recipient of our kindness. For in the end, it's not just about being a good Muslim, it's about being a good human.